Hello. Hey, you guys! Oh man, alright, I found my glasses. We're good. We're Gucci. Oh man. It's gonna be one of those days. Yesterday was crazy. If you missed it, man, you missed out. That was insane. The insane ramblings of a man or woman, I don't know. Let me actually. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hey. Don't mind me. I'm just chaos incarnate at the moment. Oh, so we shuffle into our cross-legged. Definitely probably not good for you. I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm starting to think I shouldn't do that. I know that's a threat. I'm starting to think that like all the posture shit everybody talks about all the time is maybe a little bit bullshit. Like, not all of it, obviously, but I think some of it might just be a little bit bullshit. Maybe just a little. Maybe a little pseudo-y. Maybe a little, like, trying to sell you something, you know what I mean? I don't know. Yesterday was crazy. I'm glad I recorded it. I don't know if I was, like, clear yesterday as to why I decided to keep going with that and play them all. If I wasn't clear, I'll be clear now. This person clearly, like, watches me religiously to some degree, so I was worried that if I stopped the stream and then recorded it separately, they would start deleting stuff. At least if I stayed live, I'd be able to catch them deleting things. So, now everything's all recorded. I'll probably have to send that to some relevant people. Relevant people being like, you know, the court. The court might need to be made aware of this in some capacity. Some lawyer somewhere maybe might need this information. I don't know. It was one of those things that it's like, I'd rather have a recording that exists and then also, like, context of what it was. Because that was crazy. Crazy. You hardcore missed yesterday, but you were there in spirit. You know, that's okay. I think we'd played at least one clip that you had taken, but, man. Do I have any guesses as to who it is? Yeah, I do. I have guesses. I have guesses. Do you want to know what my guesses are? I definitely have guesses. I always have guesses. I don't know if there's ever been a time where I don't at least have some kind of, like, guesstimation of... I can't with whatever this is. Yeah, that was odd. Best to keep streaming. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought, and, like, I don't know. It was pretty crazy. It was pretty nuts. I don't know. I got off a stream yesterday, and I was just like... Well... Are they out my window? I think it's a woman. I think it's somebody related to Court, either directly or tertiarily. So somebody making clips for them, or like for Aaron and Veda and Ronell, or it's Aaron, Veda, or Ronell, and they're grabbing clips for all three of them. I guess it's possible that two people are active on the account. That's possible. I think my best guess is Veda. I think the mind-reading aspect of body language analysis is the new polygraph pseudoscience, but that's very surface level. She looks upset, is less making shit up. Yeah. I mean, I think there's information to be garnered from body language, but I don't think body language alone is determinative, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think you can look at somebody and tell they're lying without any other contextual information. You know what I mean? A three-headed stalker. One eye, one heart, giant purple people eater. That's what it feels like. That's okay. That's okay. My feelings don't matter. Not important. Okay. Sorry, I'm just adjusting some stuff and things. Making sure the stream is working. I should double check to make sure I didn't stream on Dapper's channel. Hold on, let me also double check that, because I didn't pay attention to that today. You know, let me just make sure. Okay, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I didn't stream to Dapper's channel. Oh, I did. No, I don't need to worry about that. I'm joking. Don't say that. I think my best guess would be Veda. Feelings are gay, and thus hot. They matter. Oh, you mean my feelings? Oh, thank you. That was just my logic to do what seemed and felt like a waste of time that nobody really wanted to participate in. It was a grind, I'll give you that much. I was like, oh god. But, you know, it's out of the way now, and it's done, and we don't have to worry about it. Well, you don't have to worry about it anymore. I have to worry about it, because this is clearly an issue. I don't know, we'll see. I don't think I'm gonna take too much action on it, just until, like, if court stuff gets resolved, it might just stop. You know what I mean? It might just go away, so there's no point in really, like, blowing it up or making a bigger deal out of it or anything like that. So I'm kind of glad I came across it while I was live, though, so that way you guys can kind of see some of the back-end wackiness that kind of goes on. Because, like, I think that's something you guys don't really get to see very often. Fucking crazy. Alright. Today, we have this stuff. How hot was my bath? In Kelvins? Hot enough that I have to do it in Kelvins? 100% wheat bread cleared you out. Oh, good for you. Good. That's necessary. You need that. You need that shit. Pun intended. Ha! Ha 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 ha. Wonderful. I'm a little tired, though. That's a fact. I'm a little tired today. Admittedly, I did do my workout yesterday. Okay, so every month I take about between 3 and 10 days off a month. Get your AI bullshit out of here, you Clippy ripoff. Does that look okay? Yeah, that looks fine, right? You guys can see that. Court won't stop it, it takes jail. They continue to violate the court order. Yeah, but there's no court order against me, right? What I mean is, like, if what they're doing is getting evidence for court. Sorry, let me be clear. What I mean is if they're getting evidence for court, then when court stops, that weird shit's not gonna keep happening because there's no value to it. Right? There's no driving force behind it anymore. But that also might not entirely be the case. Like if they're grabbing clips of me to make a point or whatever, like fine. Like that makes sense to me. That's kind of what it's for. A little bit. So like that reason. Calvin. Do I mean Kelvin? Yeah. No, I mean Hobbes. So that's more what I mean. I don't think like the person is gonna disappear or whatever freaky nonsense they're doing is. But if it is court related, maybe it's not. Maybe it's like some weird mix of shit. That would make sense. But then again, are they? Okay, listen, Smitty, you've come in here making far better points than my brain is able to deal with right now. So you're right. I like that this looks like it's a speech bubble for me, though. I really hope nobody clips this and then puts a speech bubble, starts deciding to add text to it. Gosh darn. Alright, anyway. That definitely won't come back and bite me in the ass. Alright, structure. Boop boop. Structures. This is apparently where we left off. Designing arguments. The old... Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm okay. I apologize. If you catch me sneezing and sounding more stuffed up, it's because I am. The old Latin term despacito. Alexa. Or arrangement refers to the division of a piece of speech or writing into its components. Classical rhetoric divided composition into 5 parts. Exordium. This is Harry Potter. This is magic. This is the old Aslan magics. Aslan just spoke Latin. The old magic. Hey, my unfinished song. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. What up? Well, I didn't say on Discord that this was live. I didn't tell anybody this was going on. I'm not all here today. It's okay. Exordium. The introduction. Narratio. The statement of the context or situation. Confirmatio. The presentation of arguments and the facts. Refutatio. Despacito. The presentation and refuting of counter-arguments, and 5, proratio. The conclusion. I don't know if I pronounced any of those correctly. In fact, I kind of hope I didn't. But now I was too busy pronouncing them funny that I forget what they are. Alright, I gotta read that one again. Good morning. Hello. Good afternoon. Good evening. Hello. That's what I said. Feline coming in here, stealing my jokes. Alright. 5 parts. The introduction, the statement of the context or situation, the presentation of arguments and facts, and the presentation and refutation of counter-arguments, and then the conclusion. So can we just really quick point out, because we've come across this a couple of times, when we've read articles or statements, or somebody has a problem with an article, or somebody dishonest is making some stupid fucking argument, and all they've done is quote the first part. All they've read is the Naruto. Fuck me, dude. All they've read is the statement of the context or situation, and then they present that as if that's the argument and that's the point and that's the truth of the matter. Or, like, that's what the author is trying to say. I mean, you see this with younger creationists all the time. I feel like I was just talking about this last month with Dapper. Well, I guess it wasn't last month. Earlier this month. On a Tuesday, in fact. On Tisdall Tuesday, on Dapper Dino's channel. We are mental twins somehow. That is so like, you're not wrong, but it's so weird just because we're from so different of places. Like, even from, like, not even just location. Like, Feline and I are very much in very different locations. We've also had very different upbringings. We also have very different, like... Isn't that today? No. Tisdall Tuesday is the second Tuesday of every month. It's not every other Tuesday. I made that mistake, too. I was like, are we doing this every other Tuesday? And he's like, no! And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm helping. So it's the first Tuesday of every month, which means, let me flip my calendar here so I can see next month. The 8th of December should be the next Tisdall Tuesday. But I feel like I was just talking about this, where Tisdall, because I feel like it was him. Maybe don't quote me. I might be wrong, but I feel like it was him. He pulled up an article, or he pulled up a paper or something, and then he only read out the beginning part, which was just stating the issue. And he's like, see, this is such a big problem for evolution. And Dapper and I went, did you read the rest of the paper? And the answer was no. So for anybody who does do this on... I didn't almost just drop my tea all over the place. I don't know what you're talking about. Man. So for anybody who does do this kind of argumentation, or does do this kind of debunking of, like, flat earthy type stuff, or young earth creationist stuff, it's called a narratio. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's what it is. And it's just the statement of the context or the situation. So there's your technical term, friends. It's just so weird. Like, literally oceans apart, different cultures, different everything, basically. Yeah, Feline and I are, like, incredibly different people, but somehow we have, like, this mental, like, problem. Where did you get it from? Ask Dapper next time. Yeah, maybe you remember. I mean, I could ask him now. He's probably awake. Maybe, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I'm never gonna remember what these are. I feel like maybe I should write it down. I don't want to write it. I don't want to write it down. I don't wanna. We're having a good time. We're having a good time. We're having fun. Who let me have an internet connection? This is stupid. Dapper went and traveled to meet up with Jackson. Dapper definitely did travel and meet up with Jackson. He's gonna talk about that later today, I think. Okay. 5 parts. I'm never gonna remember these. Yeah, I'm gonna type them out in chat. Maybe that'll help me remember. Exordium. The introduction. Narratio. The statement of the context or situation. Confirmatio. The presentation of the arguments and facts. Refutatio. The presentation and refuting of counter arguments and peroratio, the conclusion. Okay, maybe that'll help me remember. I doubt it. I don't think it's gonna. I don't know if that. I know, like, sometimes writing things down helps me. Typing doesn't seem to help me remember dick shit. Writing things on paper helps me remember things. Typing things does not seem to help, but let's test that theory. Of course, a given composition might have only some of these, and it might have them in any order, but there are some predictable patterns. An essay responding to another piece of writing, for example, might be mostly refutio. A speech that had to give a lot of context for its point might need a lot of narratio. Identifying parts of discourse. Oh, now we're getting tested already. Okay, well, at least the answers are at the top of the quiz. It's ungraded, so it doesn't matter. Can you identify what part of discourse the following excerpt is from? Quote, I realize that there are still some who may say, well, this is the counter arguments. This is refuting. It literally says, like, that this is what the opposition might say. Let me refute it. I'm jumping ahead. Maybe I need to keep reading. I realize that there are still some who may say, quote, well, maybe you were able, Senator, to fake this thing. How can we believe what you say? After all, is there a possibility that maybe you got some sums in cash? Is there a possibility that you may have feathered your own nest, end quote? And so now what I'm going to do, and incidentally, this is unprecedented in the history of American politics, I am going at this time to give this television and radio audience a complete financial history, everything I have earned, everything I have spent, everything that I owe, ellipses. One other thing I should probably tell you, because if we don't, they'll probably be saying this about me too. Yeah, this is a refutation. This is counterpoints. We did get something, a gift, after the election. A man down in Texas heard Pat on the radio mention the fact that our two youngsters would like to have a dog, and believe it or not, the day before we left on this campaign trip, we got a message from Union Station in Baltimore saying they had a package for us. You know what it was? It was a little Cocker Spaniel dog, ... black and white spotted, and our little girl, Teresia, the 6-year-old, named it Checkers. And, you know, the kids, all kids, love dog. Oh, love the dog. Love the dog. And I just want to say this right now, that regardless of what they say about it, we're gonna keep it. Richard Nixon defending himself against accusations of the improper use of campaign donations in his famous Checkers speech from September 23rd, 1952. This was counter-argument. Yeah, this was written by Nixon. Yeah, do you hear, like, the absurdity in this? Like, that's on purpose, right? Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe my interpretation is incorrect, but this seems like he's building straw men and then talking about a cute dog named Checkers because everybody likes dogs named Checkers. To be like, see how ridiculous their points are about me? Meanwhile, the thing he's fucking arguing about is like Watergate or something. Here, Nixon addresses those who might want proof that he did not engage campaign misconduct by giving detailed financial information. I mean, we didn't get that part of the speech, but alright. In general, key signal phrases like some may say will help you to identify refutatio in the text you read. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Maybe I am smart. Style rhetorical devices. Almost every single twist of syntax, word order, and diction, word choice. Remember, syntax, word order. Word choice is diction. So, like, a dictionary is like all the words. I mean, it's not all the words, but it's the words! I don't know how to liken syntax to word order other than, like, that's what it is. Syntax is word order, diction is word choice. That might make prose more compelling. has been described and classified by scholars of rhetoric over the past 2.5 millennia. We won't get too far into those technical details here. For now, we'll touch on some of the most basic elements of style. These include diction, which involves precise word choice, as well as the use of different kinds of vocabulary or register, poetic, technical, casual, or slang. Man, I'm kind of surprised they didn't highlight register. But yeah, register is like your vocabulary, your style, and your style of speaking. But style of speaking is like all of this combined, I guess, is what we're getting at. And patterns of sound, like repeated consonants or vowels. So my catcation capricious captain, right? It's all k, right? What's that called? Alliteration, I think. Hey, welcome. Can you pass me some of that French toast, man? I haven't had French toast in forever. Bruh, please give French. Oh, my arms. What is this, my lats? Is that what that is? What is this muscle here? What is this? You people with snart. This muscle right here. What is this? This one. This one here. The one right under your armpit that, like, goes across your ribs. I got a crack, man. Don't distract with touchy-feely puppy stories. Like and share the stream instead, said my unfinished sock. Thank you, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I feel like my shirt's, like, just falling off of me right now. Is that kind of see-through to anybody else? I don't know if that's actually being see-through, or if, you know, it's not. It's actually just the imprint. Okay. Well, whatever. It's fine. Big ol' slice of bread. Ugh. Need some good-ass maple syrup on that. Maple syrup on French toast is so good. Do you put maple syrup in the batter? I always put maple syrup in the batter. I don't know about you guys. When I make pancakes or waffles, a lot of time I'll put like a of maple syrup in the batter. Bountiful tracks of land. Yeah, it's just imprint. Yeah. I think it's just imprint. I don't think it's actually see-through. Because you can't really see, you can't see the tattoo, right? Yeah, but I think this shirt is just worn out. Like, look how loose it is. It's like, this is an old shirt. A lot of my clothes are old. I need to go clothes shopping. I hate clothes shopping. It involves things that I dislike. Some of the things I dislike the most. Going outside and spending money. And also trying on different clothes and looking at myself in the mirror and going, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You made French toast for your kids for breakfast today? Man, everybody's got French toast but me! Where's my French toast? This is terrible. It's the worst day ever. Actually, my tea came out really good, so I can't complain that much. 2016 fashion, or 2026 fashion arc. Oh boy! Which muscle was it again? This one. This one. This one. The armpit one that comes down across your rib cage. With you there on all three. High five! A high five with Vlad. Boom! Vlad gets me. Oops, my clothes are practically falling off. I've become a member today. Whoops. Whoopsie! I made you some, come get it. Oh, I'm on my way! Oh, man. French toast. Possibly the serratus anterior. Okay. My muscle is sore, and it's this one. It's not just that one. My shoulders are a little bit sore too, but like I can kind of feel it like in here and like a little bit in my back. We'll see. Whatever. It's fine. I just got like I said earlier, I take somewhere between 3 to 10 days off every month for my workout stuff. I try to do a little bit when I can, but I can't always. Depends. But it's like period stuff. Anyway, I was thinking it was the lats, but I don't fucking know. I haven't done the anatomy course yet. Alright. These I'm just gonna start. I'm just gonna read this again. Style, rhetorical devices, almost every single twist of syntax, word order, and diction word choice that might make prose more compelling has been described and classified by scholars of rhetoric over the past 2.5 millennia. We won't get too far into those technical details here. For now, we'll touch on some of the most basic elements of style. These include diction, which involves precise word choice, as well as the use of different kinds of vocabulary or register, examples like poetry, technical, casual, or slang, and patterns of sound, like repeating consonants or vowels. Various sentence lengths and syntax help develop a distinct stylistic pattern, as does the design of paragraphs. Then there are schemes, or deviations from the ordinary arrangement of words. Two common schemes are repetitive and omission. Finally, there are tropes, or turns, twists, play on meanings from metaphors to puns. These sections will introduce you to just a few examples of these rhetorical devices. Don't worry about memorizing them yet. We will come back to them in future modules. Oh, and here I was thinking I needed to memorize these. And now I don't need to worry about it. I can memorize it later. Oh, you put the anatomy thing in the Discord? Hold on, let me open Discord. I don't even have Discord open, man. I'm having a day. Diction. What do the words we choose to say about us? So, oh my god, so this is actually something that I've talked about multiple times, all over the place, and including on this channel, specifically, that, like, the words you choose tell you things. Like, it's not definitive, it's not gonna, like, that alone can't let you draw a conclusion about somebody, but, like, people use words and they choose those words that they use, or that words that they use habitually, right? And, like, even sometimes the way they say it, like, somebody who doesn't swear very often, who swears suddenly, is like they've made a choice to say a swear. Like, the word won't, like, it's not natural in their mouth. It doesn't feel right, right? So, like, they won't sound quite, like, it won't flow the same way it does when, like, the difference between when you sight read something, like I'm doing right now, or something that you've read multiple times, right? I'm sight reading this so you can hear me, like, looking ahead and pausing and stop at parts where you're not really supposed to pause. If you're writing a script for a video, you should at least read your script out loud one time, at least, before recording it. The words you choose is a representation of your mind. Yeah. There's two sides. What does your word choice say about you, and what does other people's interpretation say about them? As well as what words you choose not to use, sometimes as well, depending on what you're talking about, right? Anyway, what do the words we choose say about us? How do they impact the style and tone of our message? Diction can have a powerful impact on both ethos and pathos, but I've forgotten what ethos and pathos are. Hold on, I need to look at these again. I forget. I've forgotten. Ethos is the ethical appeal, pathos is the emotional appeal, and then there was one other one, wasn't there? Wasn't logos in here? Wait, hold on. Yeah, logos is the appeal to reason. Ethos is the ethical appeal. Pathos is the emotional appeal. Alright, yeah, I'm not crazy. Both ethos and pathos, but present dangers as well as benefits. Ornate prose can make you sound highly educated and intelligent. It can also make you sound pretentious, or even pompous. Technical terms and jargon can establish you as someone familiar with your topic as long as you use them correctly. They can also brand you as obscure and out of touch and make your prose seem dry or lifeless. It can also, like, people who don't know the jargon won't understand what you're saying, so there's also that. Logos, ethos, pathos, and Kratos. I just like that we're in class together, right? Like, we're sitting in a classroom together right now. That's what's happening. Like, Looking at you, creationists, you have no clue what evolution is. My roommate is from a real dodgy, rough part of Dublin, but he doesn't swear and is super quiet. Yeah, no, and that's the decision, right? That's habitual. It's probably both, actually. Like, people who don't talk a lot are generally choosing not to say something for reasons. And those reasons can be from, like, a few different things, right? And some combination. A lot of times it's an active choice after enough discouragement or dissuasion to speak. Yeah. Talking too much will get you in trouble. The quietest people are often the smartest. Contextually. Hyenas are kind of like cats that turned into dogs, and foxes are kind of like dogs that turned into cats. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know you know. Let others speak. Heard that a lot. Yeah, yeah. I feel like it has less to do with how smart you are and more to do with the like how you've been treated. I feel like seems to play more into how much you actually speak, as like, obviously I talk a lot, right? And I'm a chatterbox, right? But from my observations, it seems to me that people who don't talk a lot in a social setting, or people who have to kind of get like pulled into a conversation, or people that need to be given like that extra space, and sometimes that's all it takes in a group is like just for a couple people to just give a little bit of extra space and time purposefully to let that other person in, seems to have a lot to do with how much like that person has been shut down, or how much like talking has gotten them into trouble, or how much they've been like told like, yeah, we don't care what you have to say. So they're just like, so they just don't talk as often. I talk a lot on stream, as you know, but my best takes are normally sharp, quick replies. Well, yeah, there's also that. I mean, it's also contextual, right? Like, some people who are really, really quiet in some situations will be like, will just go forever under the right circumstances, right? It is a really fun thing to do. I haven't done it in a while, but it is fun to go find the quietest person in the room and then just drag them into a conversation. And I don't mean like drag them into a group conversation. You just ask them about them and see if you can get them rolling. And like see it like once they're rolling. Like, don't be a dick. Like, obviously still listen and participate in the thing you started. I don't mean like just let them talk just for the fun. Like, still listen, but like, but it is very fun to just kind of like navigate around a room and be like, you look interesting to me. Tell me about yourself. It's a lot of fun. Me sober versus me drunk. Yeah, if people are drinking and stuff like that, can change the dynamic. Make sure you're not bullying introverts though. If you're bullying introverts, you're a bad extrovert if you're bullying introverts. Don't do good in groups bigger than 3, but I'm amazing at one-to-one combos. Yeah. Hey everyone, listen to this freak. Yeah. I mean, I've done that at times where people are talking and somebody tries to say something and I'll just be the dick. I'll be like, hey guys, shut the fuck up. What? What are you trying to say? And sometimes that makes the quiet person even more uncomfortable because now everybody's paying attention to them and they weren't ready for that. I remember one lesson where I kept quiet because the teacher was asking what lecturi salutum meant, and I knew the answer, and it was the one time the teacher actually asked me what it meant, mostly because he didn't expect anyone to even have a chance of deciphering it. Yeah, fair enough. Most of the time people just want to hear themselves talk. I don't actually care what you have to say. I think that there's a lot of that. And I think that's a major I'm coming back again. I think that's a major like ongoing thing. I don't know. I think social media has played an interesting what's the word I'm looking for? No, that's not the word I'm looking for. I think social media has fucked with that to some degree. Bad at conversations. I don't know how to carry one. The easiest way to, if you ever, okay, advice from me. Take it as you will, as the goblin that I am. If you're ever having a hard time having a conversation with somebody or having a conversation in a group and it's like awkward, talk about food and drinks. It doesn't have to be an alcoholic drink. Depends on the crowd, but like talk about food. Food is something everybody has in common. Everyone eats something. Even the breatharians will talk about how much breath they're eating, okay? So if you ever need to have a conversation, food, go-to topic. Everyone will talk about food. Of course I knew it. I explained that lectori was similar to lectern, which is for the reader, and the salutum was similar to the French word salut, which was a greeting. So lectori salutum means greetings reader. Oh, that's nice. Social media has a handed disconnection. Yeah. Don't be sorry for your long story. It was a neat story. Ever see the Gen Z stare? It's fucking scary. No, I haven't. I don't know, I feel like you could interpret that as people want to feel heard and understood, but doing the same to others takes a lot of mental energy. Yeah, food talk is great except for during fasting. No, see, you're already talking about it. Then you all complain about fasting. You just change it's still talking about food, it's just talking about how you're not eating it and what you're gonna eat when you're done. Like, it's easy. It's easy mode. It's easy to talk about. It's so easy to talk about food. Your teacher was impressed? Good for you. Ask them about their passions helps too, and really listen. People will just ramble on. I mean, yeah, the classic thing to say is just ask people about the thing they're interested in and let them talk, and then ask questions about the thing that they're talking about. But that can be a little bit hard when you're talking to somebody who is like, talking to them is like fucking pulling teeth. I mean, you guys saw my conversation with Gary. I'm fucking pulling teeth, my guy. It's trying to convince somebody to have a conversation with you who doesn't want to have a conversation with you. Yeah, so anyways, about bread. So anyways, about cake. I don't believe in the Gen Z stare. Young people are just fucking over it, much like the rest of us. Yeah, fair. I don't know. The most important part of communication is paying the fuck attention. And if you're not paying the fuck attention, what are you doing? Like, why are you talking to somebody if you're not interested in what the other person has to say about whatever you're talking about? Like, if you're not gonna listen to them, and you don't care what they say, why are you wasting your time and their time? Just don't. Just don't do that. But Vandalia was trying to have a conversation, though. Vandalia just didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Vandalia put the cart before the horse. I don't think he wasn't trying, though. Yeah, Rodin's right. Excuse me. The difference between a conversation and a lecture. Yeah, there's a difference between me just sitting here and talking to you, a video style, versus me conversing with you guys in the chat and having a back and forth. Now, admittedly, it is lilted because I can only read so much and you can only type so fast. But I can speak faster than you can type. Not everybody can, by the way. Not everybody can speak faster than some people can type. I just talk exceptionally quickly. Wish you could have real-life closed captions. Yeah, being hearing impaired. Yeah. That's a whole problem. Paying attention to the foundation to good conversation. Paying attention. You need to listen, but you will need to, like, look. You need to watch. Because, like, people sit and move and, like, will do things with their faces that will give you more context to what they're trying to get across. It's important to pay attention to the actual words they're saying, but it's also important to pay attention to the words they're not saying. And then also, like, rope in, like, how they're saying it, why they're saying it, like, what does this mean contextually with all these other things. I think some people are also just not good at listening, and it's not something I don't think we do a very good job teaching communication, because I don't think very many people can explain these things. So, like, if I walk up, maybe I'm wrong about this, but if I go and walk up to a random person on the fucking street and I say, how do you have a conversation with somebody? They'll say, you talk to them. And then they won't really be able to explain much more beyond that. You listen to what they have to say, and then you respond, and then you have a conversation, right? But what I think one thing that people really underestimate is the power of a pause. Like, when somebody's talking to you and you just stop, like, and you let them talk, and then when they stop, you don't say anything immediately right away. You wait. Looking into people's faces for a whole conversation is easier said than done. Yes, absolutely. 100% correct, especially if you're talking to multiple people, right? So it's one of the, especially if there's more than one person talking at a time, it takes a lot of investment. Like, I'm not gonna pretend that it's not, like, fucking easy. I'm just sort of trying to, like, through the things you got, like, the hoops you gotta jump through to pay attention is a lot. Listen too hard and people will get mad at you for pointing out things they didn't want you to notice. That's true! But that's okay, you have to choose when and where to point those things out, and sometimes don't point them out is an option. Sometimes it's better to not, right? Sometimes it's better to not point it out and be like, I'm gonna put that in my back pocket for later. Just save that one. And that's, like, a matter of, like, it depends on what you want out of the conversation. I had to learn all this while on the spectrum. I'll always get it wrong big time, but I do okay. I think that we do... I think that we do people a disservice by not engaging in, like, the actual step-by-step how to communicate. I think that a lot of people who are on the spectrum would suffer less if we collectively understood better what communication was about and how to do it. Stare at nose and hairlines because I struggle with eye contact. Yeah, when I say, like, looking at somebody, I don't mean eye contact. I mean you're looking at them, not staring into their eyes longingly for the next 40 minutes. You know what I mean? I don't mean, like, I don't think eye contact is definitive, like, is that definitive. I think it's important and it's noteworthy in certain circumstances, but it's not like, I'm not telling you, I'm not trying to say that you have to keep eye contact with everybody every time you have a conversation the whole time. I think watching people's mouths is useful. I think looking at the way they're sitting is useful. How engaged they are is worthwhile, like whether they're leaned forward and what they're talking about, if they're fiddling or whatever. Right? These are all useful pieces of information to give you a better understanding about what that person is either trying to convey or is conveying without doing so intentionally. When the lady explaining Hollow Earth mentioned that Hitler was still alive, I just stopped the conversation and left. No rebuttal needed. Yeah, fair. Yeah, it depends on what kind of conversation you're having. Are you having a heart-to-heart? Are you having a debate? Are you just having sort of a loose discussion about whatever topics come around and there isn't really any end thing and it's just like a thought thread, like a... Or is it like some mix of anything? If I watch someone's mouth, they might realize I want to kiss them. Yeah, fair enough. Don't talk about my stepdad like that. Have you noticed scammers tend to have a overhype vibe that tends to give them away? Oh yeah, yeah. There's tells for certain things. Again, these things aren't definitive. It takes like, you need to still like be making decisions for yourself. Like I'm not gonna be able to tell you if somebody does this, 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 and this, they are definitely lying to you. It's just a matter of like, hey, this is a thing, so this should maybe pay attention. This is like a flag that is like, this flag isn't definitive, but you get enough of these flags and it's time to make a personal decision. Like, you know, if somebody is out here being like, Hitler's still alive, no, maybe, why are we here? Maybe we should be reassessing our life choices, you know what I mean? But, you know, it's like when you can point out when you think somebody's trying to sound smart. Somebody can be trying to sound smart, but there's going to be tells and things that are going to give them away, right? Either they're overusing jargon that they don't really understand, or like word salad, or they're being specifically vague. Man, people are specifically vague all the time. And it's like, please don't do that. Please stop. It's annoying. Usually people do that when they want to, like, get a point across without being, like, strictly giving themselves away as they're the ones initiating or doing the thing. This is, like, words matter. It's the difference between, like, people call me, an instigator. I like to call myself encouraging. The difference between the words. I might be behaving the exact same way, but it's a matter of perspective and what the connotation is. All right, I'm gonna go refill my tea. I'll be right back, and we'll get back into rhetoric. Man. I am out of oatmeal cookies and it makes me big sag. I need to go get more oatmeal cookies. There's just a really good, like, early morning, put this in my face because I don't feel like eating a whole meal. And no, I forgot, I'm glad you mentioned it because I forgot the bunny suit tracker. I'll turn that on now. I forgot, I forgore. I forgore. Listen, you see, the thing is I have great knowledge exactly what I'm saying. You don't need me to specifically ruin that by contradicting your opinion. The music is keeping the blades sheathed. I don't know. You guys want me to lose it on somebody? Is that the vibe we're going with today? Is it Angie day? Do we need to be Angie? I have fun being Angie. All right, so that's the one. So let me put this. I'm putting it on. Hold on. Please hold. Enjoy the elevator music. Badoop. It's a little bit messed up, but you know, it's there. It's fine. Badoo. And there it is. Nope, that's not it. What? This one? There it is. Hooray! It's a little bit jank, but it's there. 100%, 1000% in favor of Angie Chesh. You guys want me to be Angie? Okay. We can do that. You guys gotta go find something for me to be Angie about. Yeah, I totally forgot to turn it on, so thank you for reminding me. Drink for Chesh is a professional. I'm out of it today, man. I don't know what's going on. My brain is not participating. You notice that happens every so often. I will remind you guys that we finally decided what we're doing at 5K, right? At 5K, we do songs. We do karaoke. Alright. Where was I? Diction. Right. Brother! You see why I'm not a good student? Diction. What do the words we choose say about us? How do they impact the style and the tone of our message? Diction can have a powerful effect on both ethos and pathos, but presents dangers as well as benefits. Ornate prose can make you sound highly educated and intelligent. It can also make you sound pretentious or even pompous. Technical terms and jargon can establish you as someone familiar with your topic as long as you use them correctly. They can also brand you as obscure and out of touch, and make your prose seem dry or lifeless. And elaborate metaphors and poetic language can sound beautiful and move your audience. It can also be perceived as too flowery and actually obscure your message. Syntax. Depending on the length or structure of your sentences, your prose can drag laboriously, or speed along. It can seem bare and simple or complex and difficult. We won't stop to discuss this aspect of writing at length until later. Keep your eye out, though, for patterns and variations of sentence length and structure in the readings as you go through the course. Sometimes that will also help decide whether or not, like, the reading level of whatever it is you're reading, how difficult it is. Wanna be yourself, I wanna be your master. Wanna move on around like roller coaster. Stop distracting me. That made me angry. So angry. So small. So angry. Oh, hold on. So small. So angry. Why? Why am I like this? And driving the bus. Schemes. How might uppies? I need uppies. And so they're saying that when you're good at prose, you could be either William Shakespeare or Jordan Peterson? Yes. Yeah. It's like the difference between reading, like, The Lord of the Rings and reading, like, R.A. Salvatore. Or, Discworld. Terry Pratchett. I'm just a kid who's 4. Each day I grow some more. Schemes. How might you vary your syntax for effect? Let's look at one example in which we may see variations on ordinary sentence structure. Lists of things. Normally, when you list 2 or more items, you start with the final item in the list with conjunction, usually either and or. I went to the hardware store. I bought a hammer, some nails, and a bottle of glue. By contrast, the scheme of ascendenton omits the conjunction. Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils shrunk to this little measure? William Shakespeare, Julius Caesar, 1599. You're here, so let's get the offensive joke out of the way. I am small! Have you come to provide uppies? Also, welcome, Gio. It's good to see you. My toque. That's how I feel about this day. Screeching. Here, the omissions of conjunction causes the list to rush through in a single breath, making the list of items seem quickly piled up in a way that that impresses upon us the enormity of Caesar's loss. The scheme of polysyndeton, achieves the opposite effect, following down the list with multiple conjunctions. And God made the beasts of the earth according to their kind, and the cattle according to their kind, and everything that creeps upon the ground according to its kind, and God saw that it was good. Genesis 1:25, 1611 King James Version, KJV, get title. Here, the repeated conjunction slows down the text. The repeated conjunctions slow down the text, helping to create the solemn, sonorous intonation. Sonorous intonation. These words are, I know these words, but they're hard to read out loud, that we associate with the King James Version of the Bible. Oh, Gio's come here to bully me! That's okay. And drives me insane. Yeah. Why are the cattle separated from the beasts of the earth? Are we gonna hard turn into biblical interpretation? With me? I don't know if I'm the person you want to have that conversation with. There's so many better people. Tropes. This is the kind of rhetorical device that you are probably most familiar with. A trope can be as simple as a simile, which explicitly compares one thing to another. He is as thin as a rail. Similes will often use the word as or like to make a comparison. If the comparison is implicit, we have a metaphor. I've been using this truck for 10 years now. It's a real workhorse. A more complex example of a trope is an image that is not quite possible to picture, such as Rachel Carson's description of green twilight in an excerpt from the 1954 speech that we considered earlier. Twilight is not more green than any other kind of light. However, by at least partly rendering impossible the denotive or literal meaning of the word, Carson emphasizes its connotative or implied meaning. Something that is green is lush and full of life and natural. Meanwhile, twilight, which most often refers to evening, carries with it a sentence of impending darkness, the nearness of the end of the day, and by implication, the verdant life we can see by its light. You may also have heard of the word trope used to mean a comparison situation or a concept that is overused or a cliche. While this definition is related, we are using the term in a broader sense. It is worth remembering, however, that common tropes can be a tool in writing, but they can also dilute your message if you have nothing original to say. Try to strike balance between creative and helping your audience understand new ideas by referencing the familiar. An example of Rachel Carson's style, speaking from that excerpt, Rachel Carson's speech, let's look back at it in more detail. Let me see what it has. Sorry, I'm catching up on chat. Just do it in Discord later. We bully because if you was any bigger, you would be an orc and bully us. Yeah, I guess that's fair. This is fair and reasonable. I certainly don't want to have a conversation with anyone who treats the Bible like quality literature to be taken seriously. I think the Bible is useful for studying literature. But, you know, that's not really that big of a deal. I don't think that's big of a stretch. It's a historical text. Like any other, like the Iliad. Like the Iliad is also very useful for studying literature. Right? In fairness, Peterson's diction is good enough that most people don't notice he's actually never saying anything. That's the worst. That's the worst. You're right, and I hate that you're right. I find that the people who like Jordan Peterson and think he has something to say are usually people who haven't actually... who don't actually study much of anything and just want to feel like they're smarter than other people. So, if you listen to Jordan Peterson and then parrot him, you're gonna feel like you sound smart and feel better about yourself, maybe, if you haven't thought about it for longer than 30 seconds. Ninjester for 5 says, we can talk this out, Goblin. There's no need for your own shin to meet my... Ow! Wonderful. Oh, no. My thing is messed up. Wait, where's my modifiers? Oh no, how do I add to this? Oh, there's a rotation there. I guess I could rotate it. Oh, that would be smarter. I'm dumb. I don't know how to use Blender. Oh god. What's all this? Dope sheet? What's dope sheet? Text editor? View? No. Nope. You fuck. No! Oh, wait. Oh. Sculpting. Layout. Sculpting. Layout. My how to change my numbers is gone. I don't know how to fix it. Oh, no, it's definitely not that. That's the Python. No, it's definitely not that either. Nope. Oh dear. Well, I'll have to fix this later, but I will note down, a sticky note. I got a sticky note open, so I will mark down that we added a +5 to the bunny suit. So I've added it on the back end. Well, it's literally not. It's broken. I broke it. I don't know what happened. I'll message Dapper later and get help and get it fixed. But It'll definitely be there. I will do it. Shit. Figures. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know Blender at all. Alright, so example of Rachel Carson's writing style. Quote, what are these threats of which I speak? What is this destruction of beauty, this substitution of man-made ugliness? This trend towards a perilous artificial world? In the few minutes that I have to devote to it, I can only suggest the trend. Quote, we see it in small ways in our own communities, and in larger ways in the community of the state of the nation. We see it in distressing form of the nation's capital, where I live, where there in the heart of the city we have a small but beautiful woodland area, Rock Creek Park. It is a place where one can go away from the noise of the traffic, of the man-made confusions, for a little interval of refreshing and restoring quiet, where no one can hear the soft water... where one can hear the soft water sounds of a stream on its way to river and sea, where the wind flows through the trees and a veery sings in the green twilight. Now they propose to run a 6-lane arterial highway through the heart of that narrow woodland valley, destroying forever its true and measurable value to the city and the nation. Environmental activist Rachel Carson, quote, exceeding beauty of the earth speech to the sorority of woman journalists Theta Sigma Phi. Columbus, Ohio, April 1st, 1954. It's hard. Zell for 5 also said, Cheshire's a professional smiley face. Yeah, I do be like that. It do be like that. And Megan Fox's giant boobs, Iron Goblin. Hell yeah. Thanks for the membership. Enjoy your time here. Yeah, I know you've been around for a while, so hell yeah. Thanks for pressing that button. Don't mind my head and my mess of nonsense that is my hair right now. I have a rat nest on my head. There's a Warhammer group that's rats, right? Arterial. Arteries. Yeah, that's what I assume. Like a major, like an arterial meaning like it's a major, big, important highway. Architecture. I'm trying to find Steve body cam footage, but I can't seem to locate it. Help. Are you talking about the police body cam footage? I can help you with that. 1 second. I'll pull that up. Uno momento. I have that. If you go to my channel and just search SWAT, it should come up. But here is also the link. Skaven, yeah, that was it. Big, important, and all over the place. Yeah, fair enough. Carson's syntax also helps build the passage's intensity through the use of schemes. I feel like calling it schemes is gonna make people angry. People are gonna be like, oh, you're scheming. And it's like, well, yeah, I have to plan out my speech. It's written ahead of time, jackass. For example, the list at the beginning uses anaphoria or repetition at the beginning of successive phrases. Quote, the destruction of beauty, this subsection of man-made ugliness, this trend towards perilous artificial world. Like most instances of reiteration, this anaphora creates a feeling of restless emphasis. The accidentin or omission of conjunction means that the list seemed to hurtle headlong. The very sentence feels reckless. Each item, too, paints a more vivid, concrete image so that it seems more alarming than the last, building to a climax on the final phrase. Finally, the passage's word choice suggests a trope. They weave a subtle metaphor for the destruction of the natural world. The heart of the city may merely mean its center, but it does so by way of comparison to the physical organ. And in case we missed it, the metaphor comes back 2 more times. The valley has a heart of its own, through which the 6-lane highway is being driven like a deadly weapon. and yet the highway itself is arterial, making it a kind of an artificial organ itself. Suddenly, the tortured natural world has become, at best, a kind of cyborg, and at worst, some Frankenstein monster, a horrible, chimerical creation. Chimerical? That's a good word. Chimerical. Damn. How many points is the word chimerical worth in Scrabble? I need to know. Learning goals. Module 2, civil rights. Hey, we made it to module 2. Good job, everybody. We're gonna give ourselves a clap. Once again, I'm having the tab open well in advance. Didn't actually get the stream to start when it started, so I am catching up. Yes, that top is slightly translucent. I don't know about that. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Don't worry about it. Also, welcome. Also, yeah, YouTube is really bad at not starting a video if you have it open on another tab, so you kind of gotta refresh it. It does that all the time. It's dumb. As long as your scheme isn't dastardly, you as a gobbo, you need to have all sorts of weird trash in your hair. Looted blades, odd knickknacks. Yeah. Chimerical. Whatever the fuck TikTok shock food is. Yeah, you know what would be a really good description of chimerical? Cobes' cooking. Anything that like King Cobra made in his kitchen, I would call chimerical. The muscle on the front of your shoulder and ribs and forward arm is pectoral. Yeah, that's that one, I think. Oh, wait, hold on. We can't listen to this. This is illegal music. We're not allowed to listen to this music. I really do love this song, though. It's called Call Me Later. It's from Blue Exorcist, if you haven't seen it or whatever, but I need to put it back to the music. That's not going to get me in trouble because it's copyright free. But here's a link to it if you're interested in the Blue Exorcist soundtrack. YouTube doesn't like your innuendos. Yeah. Alright, Module 2, Civil Rights. At the end of this module, you'll be able to do the following. Locate parts of the Despacito. Why am I struggling? Despacito. Because I don't think it actually says Despacito, that's why. Because I'm like, there's no way that's what it says. Locate the parts of the Despacito of Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. Describe the historical context of the speech. Describe the importance of audience and setting to the crafting of a speech. Describe where and how the modes of appeal are used in a speech. Explain the use of impact of allusion, anaphora, and metaphor in a speech, and begin to recognize their use in other speeches. Define and identify examples of alliteration, assonance, and sibilance. Compose a first draft of your op-ed. Alexa! It's not Despacito, it's Desposito. Despacito. Despacito? Datbacito? I put a B in there instead of a P. Oh god. Alright. We have been live for an hour and a half, and I know we didn't cover very much today, but we are going into the second module, so it might be a good idea for us to start the second module clean. You know what I mean? Country, Crock, Bud Light, Bacon Bits, Ukraine cheese. God, I miss Cobes. Yeah, that's sad. Very, very sad. Unfortunate. Inevitable, but unfortunate. Dino Pasito? Module 2, Civil Rights. Sorry, you cannot access this module. You are in America. That's okay, I'm not in America. I still have access to it. Recently, excuse me. While I do that, I don't know where I saved it. Did I save it on Blue Sky? Maybe? Okay, yeah, so there was a thing about Jordan Peterson, but we don't need to talk about that right now. We don't need to talk about that right now. That's not... Hold on. Wayne Gretzky did a dumb thing. Nope. Nope. Okay, I didn't save it here. Did I save it? Only the USA is America. So you made a damn, I busted. Ah, you got me. Shit. Let me check my saved ones. Yeah, no, it's not here. Oh, I have... Who are you? What do you want? Okay, nothing. Nobody wants anything from me. Good. Don't expect anything from me. Let me double check the Canadian politics. The budget. No, this isn't it at all. Where did I save it? I know I saved it somewhere. Hold on. Canada Universities top. Nope. Global universities. Rankings of no. Yeah, I can't. No. Try top universities in the world. Uni ranks. Recently I saw a thing talking about how Canada was ranking with the top universities in the world, but I don't have the post. You top 425 universities. No, this isn't it. Where is that post? I know we ranked really high in being educated, but I'm crazy. Have I lost my mind? Ah, here we go. Jason posted it. It wasn't me. Jason posted it. Fuck. By the way, if you wanted to ever meet or see Jason, I believe he was live on Top Hats Off last Friday. Here we go. I found it. Canadian universities dominated the top 10 of a new world's best university ranking. So there's a new ranking of the best universities in the world for 2026. So many Canadian universities made the list, and the country dominated the top 10. So let's see. University of Toronto was dethroned in a new ranking of the best universities in the world. But this doesn't... Your link is useless. I want to see QS announced the 2026 edition of the world's ranking sustainability. There we go. Sweden won #1. So congratulations to Sweden. Lund University in Sweden won #1. Toronto got dethroned and put down #2. So let's see what the environmental sustainability 99.8, environmental education 98.7, and environmental research 99.8. Social impact, equality, knowledge exchange, impact of education, employability and opportunities, and health and well-being. Governance 100. University of Toronto ranked #2. United Kingdom UCL in London ranked #3. University of Edinburgh in the United Kingdom ranked #4. Vancouver for British Columbia in Canada ranked #5. London Schools of Economics and Political Science in the UK, LSE, ranked #6. United Kingdom again, Imperial College of London, ranked number 7. Tied with the University of New South Wales in Sydney, Australia. Congratulations, Australia. McGill University in Montreal, Canada is ranked number 9. And University of Manchester of the United Kingdom ranked number 10. And then Switzerland again at 11, tied with California. The United States didn't have one until 11? Wait, hold on. Let me double check that. There isn't one in the United States at all in the top 10? That's surprising. Yeah, Berkeley at 11 and then Stanford at 13. 14, Oxford. Sydney, Australia for 15. King's College London, 16. Tied with Australia again for 16. Tied also with Melbourne in Australia. Then Bristol in the UK. Then the New York University in the United States at 20. Pennsylvania at 21. Belgium at 22. Finland at 22 as well. Durham University in the United Kingdom tied with Leeds. And tied with Western University in Canada. 27, Glasgow, United Kingdom. Then Auckland, University of Auckland at 28. Dublin, Ireland got 29. University of Pennsylvania tied for 30. Harvard isn't even on this list. What the fuck? Why am I taking Harvard courses? I should just be going to the University of Toronto. What the shit? So overall score was 100 for Sweden, for Lund University, or Lund, I don't know how to pronounce it. And then the University of Toronto ranked at 99.8. Then 99, 98.7, 98.6, 98.5, 98.2, 98.2, 98.1, 98, 97. And so, like, 98 is the lowest in the top 10. So, congratulations. Yeah, UOT is University of Toronto. Maybe when we're done this Harvard one, we'll switch to the University of Toronto and try one of theirs, because they have ones that are online as well. And, like, why not if we have access? We can give it a shot. Your cats are drowning you in affection. Send help? No. No. We're not gonna help you out of that one. You're on your own. Why are you surprised we voted for Trump? Because it takes time for that to, like, decline and stuff, doesn't it? I don't know. I guess, like, part of it is, like, equity. And so I guess Trump has really put, like, the kibosh on equity in education, hasn't he? With his, like, huge anti-DEI obsession. No Dublin? Hold on. No Dublin in the top 10. Dublin, yeah, is 29. Is there Swansea University? I didn't see Swansea. I mean, the list goes beyond 29. Here, I'll give you guys the link. Here you go. So you guys can take a look if you wanna see more. There's 1994 results. 1,994 results. You can apply filters if you want. So if you want to look for specific areas. He's trying to cancel nurses right now? What? Why? What? 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 Why? What? Is he mad that he got, like... Whatever. That's mean. I'm not gonna say that. Are the nurses that he has not taking good enough care of him? Because they won't let him sexually harass them? You went to the top 10? I think Manya did as well. I think Manya went to one of the top 10 too. I did not. I didn't even drop out of one of these top 10 schools. Swansea has a university. Last time I was there, 50% of the brothels had closed down, and that pretty much left the McDonald's and the cinema that smells like piss. Oh, really? Didn't like it? Ribs to my kidney? Armpit to the kidney? That's far. I guess that's what I said, isn't it? Oh. He wants to make nursing school into a 3-month trade program? Does that make sense? Is that something that would be reasonable? I've never been to nursing school. I do know that there is... So... Alright. Okay, hold on. So Canada's a little different, admittedly, right? Canada's a little different. But the way, like, if you go to nursing school in Canada, there's sort of, like, 2 types you can do. You can do university or you can do college nursing. And I guess you get... I don't know enough to say, like, how big of a difference there is. So, like, if you go to the University of Guelph, for example, which has, like, a massive medical center, nursing is one of their major programs that you can do. But also, if you go to Conestoga, which is in, like, Kitchener-Waterloo, which is more of a trade school, because that's kind of the difference between our universities and colleges in Canada, is, like, trades versus, like, paper, right? So, like, if you want to be English, you're not going to college, you're going to university. If you want to get an engineering degree, you're going to college for a while, and then maybe you're going to do some years in university, right? That's depending on the type of engineering you're doing, right? So, like, that's sort of the main difference between the two. But you can go from one to the other and bounce between them. So you can do 2 years of college and then go into... and skip 2 years of university and go into, like, your 3rd year of a bachelor's program, right? So, but you can also take a 2 to 4 year program in college for nursing at Conestoga, but I think that's going to set you up for a different thing than what the nursing program in Guelph is going to set you up for. So I think they just kind of set you up for, one is more hands-on and the other one is more reading and lectures, like the style of teaching is different. Nurses pick up so much slack for doctors, it's nuts. Yes, also that. I mean, right now there's a pretty open-ended invitation for anybody who's a nurse or has medical education who's from the United States to come to Canada. Like, they've been pipelining that. I think theoretical is right, but I don't know if that's the right word. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, one is more theoretical and one is more practical. One is more in class and one is more hands-on, I guess. In the classroom versus, like, your... But also, like, you still have to do all of your practical stuff. Nursing school is, like, 6 years. I don't think nursing school is 6 years in Canada. Hold on. Why don't we just look? We have the access to the internet. Conestoga College... nursing program. Let's see. Practical nursing. No, that's not what I wanted. That's kind of what I wanted. Course list. So it kind of depends on what you want to do, right? So, like, this is just one example. This is just in Ontario, and not every one is the same, right? So this is the course list. Compulsory courses, successfully 12 courses. Gastrointestinal coronary care, safety in the workplace, registration. How long is the program, though? It's not really giving me the details I'm looking for. Okay, so each of those is worth like 2 credits. And it's like 1 year long. And so you have to do the combination of them to get it. Okay. Registered nurse. Okay, hold on. Belongs to the following program. Okay, so let's see the longer program. For an RN. Current College of Nurses of Ontario certificate. Register as an RN about the program. Opens now. Applicants, blah, 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 blah. Admissions, blah, blah, blah. Program requirement, blah, 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 blah. Oh, look, you have to have your COVID-19 shot. Ha, 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 ha. Kitchener, blah, blah, blah. Graduate opportunities, blah, blah, blah. Program outcome, blah, 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 blah. How long is the program? You fuck.
Oh, here we go. All courses must be completed within 4 years of acceptance. But it's not necessarily 4 years long. Okay, so like if you follow the program as is, you're likely done, but within 4 years. You can probably do everything in 3 years if you like cram and do all of your shit like... What's the word I'm looking for? If you like do courses over the summer and stuff like that, you can probably cram in a couple of extra ones. So you can probably do it in 3 if you really wanted to, but I think if you follow the course outline, it's going to take you 4 years. So it's not 6 years here, at least. But if you go like, if I go to like the University of Guelph, you could also take these 4 years and then go do something else. Nursing services for the University of Guelph. Or, oh, the undergraduate programs. Nope. Let's see. So this is the difference between like university. So these are, I'm using these two as the example is because they're relatively close to each other. So like the University of Guelph and Conestoga College are like, you can bus from one to the other. Okay, accounting, agriculture, animal biology, animal science, anthropology, applied geomatics, applied human nutrition, art history, Bachelor of Applied Science, Bachelor of Arts, blah, 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 blah. Yes, you're not really going to find, like, just a nursing program, right? Child studies, chemistry, ecology, economics, doctor of veterinary medicine. Yeah, they do veterinary stuff there. It's pretty popular. Family and child studies, geography, German. You want a minor in German? I do like this layout, actually. This is way better of a layout than when I was going to school. When I was going to school, it was just a fucking list. This is great. Who designed this? This is fantastic. Good job, the person at the University of Guelph who designed this part of the website. This is great. Justice and legal studies, linguistics, marketing, mathematics, neuroscience. It's got a major co-op and a minor in it. Jesus. Philosophy, physical science, psychology, quantitative economics and finance. I'm curious. Hold on. Real estate. Hold on. I'm really curious to see how expensive it is. Hold on. I'm very curious. I want to know how much one of these costs at this point. Oh, you're not going to tell me. That means it's expensive. Studio art. Zoology. Hands-on experience. Take your studies beyond the classroom and go to places like Algonquin Park. Hey, in New Brunswick. Want to do zoology, guys? All right, anyway. Yeah, that's sort of the difference. You'll notice there isn't like a specific nursing program at the University of Guelph, but you can take your nursing thing and grab one of these. Microbiology and immunology, right? This is the difference between university and college in Canada. It's not like lesser or... The way America seems to describe, the United States specifically, seems to describe, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I completely misunderstand the way the United States kind of sells college and university. It sells one as being, like, better than the other one. And that's just not the way it is in Canada. They sell university as, like, oh, yeah, no, you need to go to university, and college as, like, community college. This is kind of whatever, and, like, you suck if you bother. Yeah, nursing is a college course. Yeah. Zotopian history, sign me up. I don't learn how to speak Dutch. I don't know how to speak Dutch. I'd be willing to learn how to speak Dutch, though. That'd be cool. You want to teach me Dutch? 2 to 4 years. Yeah. Yeah, it's not 6 years for Canada. It's 4 max. Depending on what you do. Again, it depends on how fast you're doing your courses. And also if you're like doing night courses or if you're like trying to do it while you're doing other things, right? Oh, German. How much of a difference is there between German and Dutch, the language? They don't just speak German in... Do they? Dutch is broken German. Oh. I don't know these things. I'm stupid. I don't know a lot of these things. Oh, Deutsch equals German. Oh. Oh. I think I probably did know that, actually. Leave me alone. Stop bullying me. Deutsch is German for German. Then why do we say German? Why do we call why don't we call I don't understand. Maybe college is like going to college no matter where, but university would be like a specific institution. Oh, okay, okay. Dutch is basically between English and German. Oh. That's cool. Anyway, that's the differences. Next time, we'll do more tomorrow. We're gonna start Module 2. And then when we're done this one, maybe we'll go and see what the University of Toronto offers online for free, because why not? Yes, that sentence felt stupid to type out. Japanese people call Japan Nippon, same idea. No. Why? I saw somebody teaching, like, talking about learning and talking about, like, teaching Japanese, and they just said, no, not why, just is. And it's like, yeah, there's stuff like that in English, too. I think all languages have stuff like that. Seiin University. Majored in child psychology with a minor in pain. If you speak both German and English, you probably make do in the Netherlands. That's cool. I've heard German's a little complicated. Is it complicated? I wouldn't mind learning Korean. Should we dedicate one day a week to a language and we'll just pick a language? I don't know! I don't know these things. I get these things wrong because I don't know them. Yeah. Korean is fun. It's quite easy to get into, in your opinion. Hard to master. Master by, like, when you say master, do you mean, like, bilingual, or do you mean... Wonder why you want to learn Korean. Surely not to goon to YouTube romance slop. No, that would be Chinese. Most of them are C-dramas. I don't want to know what they're saying. And I would like to be able to, like, understand some song lyrics and things. I would also like to be able to... you know what I haven't really spent much time doing at all recently is watching anime. The only thing I know about Korean is FF backwards is LOL. Yeah, the laughing is like FFFFFF, but it's not like it's not an F. It's like the it's whatever the it's not, is it called kanji? I don't know. I don't know what the written language is called in Korean. I don't know these things. That's why we're learning. Get back on the anime grind. Digimon Ghost Game? I'm not familiar with that one. Yeah, that's it. The backwards F. That's like ha 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 ha, right? Ha 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 ha. Wait. Ja. I don't know how to pronounce that. Anjuel? I don't know. You got a Korean keyboard? I know that! That's very cool. You sent me something to make me angry? Texas man charged over Haiti Island takeover plot to kill and rape residents. Oh, good. At least somebody's been charged for it. I heard something about the ShamWow guy running for something in Texas. Hold on. ShamWow, Texas. Vince Offer? Yeah, the ShamWow guy is running for Congress. Yeah, that's a thing that's happening. Look, the ShamWow guy is running for Congress in Texas. Offer Vince Shlomi, the once prominent infomercial pitchman, filed paperwork with Texas Republican Party to run for the seat held by Republican Representative John Carter. What a face, man. He's got such a memeable face. Offer Vince Shlomi said he's running to destroy wokeism in Congress. And tell me we're not going to talk about this on Debate Hub, right? Hey, Honest Red, you made it! What's going on? The ShamWow guy is running for Congress and is looking to wipe the floor with the competition. Offer Vince Shlomi, the once prominent infomercial pitchman, is running for Congress in Texas according to a filing of the state Republican Party. Shlomi is running for the seat held by Republican Representative John Carter, 84, who has served more than 2 decades in Congress. Carter announced earlier this month he'd run for re-election, so Shlomi has an uphill battle against the entrenched incumbent. Former pitchman is best known for his role as the ShamWow towel, selling the ShamWow towel, told Fox News that he wants to destroy wokeism in Congress, that he's been motivated by the political infighting in the country to run and make America happy. In 2009, Shlomi was arrested on suspicion of battery after a fight with a woman who was also arrested. Prosecutors declined to press charges. Shlomi told NBC News in an interview for a 2013 article that he takes full responsibility for his actions and that he would cut down on partying. Quote, "People understand you make mistakes in life," he said. "Hopefully I won't make another mistake." Shlomi's candidacy is listed on the state's party website ahead of Texas' December filing deadline for candidates, but he hasn't yet filed with the Federal Election Commission. The state primary takes place in March. Last quarter, another one of Carter's GOP primary opponents, businessman Raymond Hamden, outraised the incumbent, but largely because he gave his own campaign $105,500 loan. Man, God, can you imagine the fucking new congressman in Texas is the fucking ShamWow guy? The guy who tried to basically had to fill the feet of Billy Mays, the shoes of Billy Mays, and definitely could not do that. What did you send me? What this? Oh, you're telling me how to learn language. Okay. Well, okay, if feline might need to be more available for this. If we're gonna dedicate to actually like learning Korean on stream, we'll have to make sure that I'm streaming at a time where Feline's gonna be around. I mean, I could probably do it alone, but I'm gonna have a hard time. I know me. I'm bad at learning languages by myself. I've tried multiple times. Like, how many times I've fucking spent 20 minutes for like a couple of weeks doing French and then being like, ugh. Maybe we should bring Dapper. You think Dapper would want to come over and learn Korean? I don't think he knows Korean. Battery means he didn't warn her that he was gonna hit her. What a fuckhead. Alright, let's end this stream there. Is there my language coach for Korean on Nintendo DS? I don't know. You want to find out? My language coach, Nintendo DS. French, Spanish, Japanese, Korean. Nope. Doesn't look like it. But there is this, which you know, somebody asking questions about it, KoreanClass101.com, using your DS to learn Korean. I have found my Nintendo DS to be invaluable for my Japanese studies and wondering if are any of you using your DS to learn Korean? Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. A2 level. Not sure if he wants to learn Korean. Yeah, I don't know. Why would you want not a linguist involved in your language learning? Gee, I don't know, man. There's Chinese. Chinese is crazy. I don't know, man. Anyway. I'm gonna go. Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys had fun. There's Chinese and French. On what? On the learning the script? What on what? What are you talking about? Tomorrow we're gonna start module 2 of our rhetoric. That's it. I'm gonna be gone for a portion of time next week because I'm house sitting. Other than that, goodbye. Goodbye. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe I'll make waffles later. Bye.